If you think you have enough knowledge, you are still ignorant. Always be a learner. We all have the beast in us, Bill, and it is up to us to control it. Once you bid farewell to discipline, you say goodbye to success. So long as you fight the darkness, you stand in the light. There's no such thing in anyone's life as an unimportant day. The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms. Until death itself comes, no calamity need be feared. Life isn't worth living unless it is lived for someone else. The men of old breathed clear down to their heels. If I work hard enough, there will be things I can do tomorrow that I can't do today. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth. Management of many is the same as management of few. It is a matter of organization. It is not worth the while to let our imperfections disturb us always. Freedom is the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Some men never die and some men never live, but we're all alive tonight. It's not what you are in life, but what you make of it. Faith is a knowledge within the heart, beyond the reach of proof. Growth and advancement happen outside the comfort zone. The longing for paradise is man's longing not to be man. It's enough for me to be sure that you and I exist at this moment. We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine. The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is. Where you are in a few months depends on what you do today. There is no doubt fiction makes a better job of the truth. Pretend to be weak, so your enemy may grow arrogant. Everything is hard before it is easy. One defends when his strength is inadequate. He attacks when it is abundant. You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone. You show me a capitalist, and I'll show you a bloodsucker. An education is not so much about making a living as making a person. Don't react. Cut them off silently. Talent is helpful in writing, but guts are absolutely essential. We never live. We are always in the expectation of living. I will not let anyone scare me out of my full potential. The essence of technology is by no means anything technological. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. There's no greater show on earth than observing human nature. It is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. I have given my word that only death will take me from you. 3 rules of work. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. We should forgive our enemies, but not before they are hanged. There is no saint without a past, no sinner without a future. Having nothing to struggle against, they have nothing to struggle for. It is man's natural sickness to believe that he possesses the truth. Life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect least. If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles. Si no usaba esta vida, entonces la estaba desperdiciando. Everything is created twice, first in the mind and then in reality. Nothing can be more hurtful to your heart than betraying yourself. Life is worth living when you have someone to share it with. Make your lives a masterpiece. You only get one canvas. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. And if my heart be scarred and burned, the safer I for all I learned. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Time cannot put anything in your hands until you let go of the time. Show me that I am everywhere, and get me home for tea. Wit seduces by signaling intelligence without nerdiness. If you can't enjoy what you have, you can't enjoy more of it. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Truth often sacrificed for the sake of stability and peace. Therefore the good fighter will be terrible in his onset and prompt in his decision. The man who has forgotten self may be said to have entered heaven. The search for truth is more precious than its possession. Don't fear big, fear mediocrity, fear waste, fear the lack of living to your fullest. He was a lonely ghost, uttering a truth that nobody would ever hear. A clever person solves a problem, a wise person avoids it. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. Life is more or less a lie, but then again, that's exactly the way we want it to be. Everything you do doesn't have to be seen or heard. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. When deeds and words are in accord, the whole world is transformed. When the going gets weird, the weird turn professional. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. The goal is to reduce the time of suffering, not eliminate it. And when all the wars are over, a butterfly will still be beautiful. I can't go into detail, but it's why I went to the special meeting at the Pentagon. Life would be unbearably dull if we had answers to all our questions. Nobody ever lives their life all the way up, except bullfighters. He who steals a belt buckle pays with his life. He who steals a state gets to be a feudal lord. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. If you can feel the future, then you are about to experience it. It shattered something inside me that hadn't been broken before. Believe those who are seeking the truth, doubt those who find it. Maybe everyone can live beyond what they're capable of. People wealth consists upon their freedom, individual resources, and good social life. Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. Generally in war, the best policy is to take a state intact. To ruin it is inferior to this. It is hard work and great art to make life not so serious. If you appreciate the small things, you're likely to get the big ones. Most often, you don't own your own mind. You borrow it from society. Don't be afraid to say I don't know and seek knowledge from others. Things don't happen for no reason. They happen to teach you something. Except our own thoughts, there is nothing absolutely in our power. It's often only in the lies we refuse to speak that any truth can be heard at all. A ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it's built for. Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things. Hearing voices no one else can hear isn't a good sign, even in the wizarding world. Either in conflict with others or in harmony with them, we go through life like a runaway horse, unable to stop. If ignorant both of your enemy and yourself, you are certain to be in peril.